Welcome to Joa Fitness Health Wellness Video Podcast, a space to ignite your day through positive conversations. We bring people that have created excellence in their life, sharing high vibration in their reawakening path.
Hello everybody, how are you today? Today is Friday and we're actually losing track of our time because this moment that we actually home every day, it seems like every day is a new day and we are not even paying attention in the days. So here, my name is Joa, and for those that don't know me, I'm a yoga and Pilates teacher, and I am bringing this podcast to everybody to give education and elevation of all these people that have back pain and posture, specifically on the spine, because it's related to my story. I had scoliosis, and after 10 years having chronic back pain, I repair and I heal my own spine by exercising and by being very aware of my posture. And then now I'm connecting to other professionals of the city of Toronto, where I live in this moment, that are also working with the spine and also with the body movements. And in this moment, I am today talking with Nav Grewal. She's a pelvic care physiotherapist, and she's been working with me for more than a year together, sharing chats about especially women that are pregnant, before and after pregnancy, what's happening to our body and how we can actually incorporate techniques to simplify our days that takes away that pressure on the spine, and also become better mothers this way by taking care of our bodies first. So how are you, Nav Grewal?
Hi, Joa. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. I've actually been super busy with doing virtual online appointments with my clients over the past few weeks, and we're still providing care, but virtually, which is great that we have this technology and we can do this. So yeah, I've been great. Thank you.
Oh, so these virtual consultations and visits to you are like how long? 15, 20 minutes?
No, it's the same time. So assessments are an hour, and then follow-ups are 30 minutes. And the best part is that it's actually covered by insurance. So if anybody has like pelvic or like physiotherapy, general physiotherapy, and physiotherapy insurance, then it's covered underneath that. Most of the insurance companies are covering it. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So you do it still the same, but just like remotely.
Yeah, it's remote. A lot of people think that necessarily they need to be touched to have treatment, which is not true. And as you know that as well, like there's a lot of cueing, verbal cueing, and like words hold a lot of power as well. So as long as I can see the person moving and see how their body moves and the body pattern, then we can assess them, we can treat them. And yeah, it's been like a lot of women like from all over Ontario are kind of like reaching out. So I have clients like from Bradford, Cornwall, Kingston,
Okay.
not just Toronto. Yeah.
Well, this is amazing to hear, because then you can see that how technology actually works for us. Sometimes, not always, is about being addicted to the social media and comparing our bodies, but also can actually help us to connect us in a very positive way. So I'm very happy to hear that you're still first keeping yourself productive and helping the community in this moment that we're doing. Now it's not a quarantine anymore. We already passed the 40 days. So this is for our moment is going to be maybe another month at least of this situation. And being home is something that we have to embrace it. Instead of fighting it, we need to embrace it. And everything is going to be changed and shifted because our lifestyle is different now. We're not waking up, getting ready and go to work and commute. We actually now at home. So we have a long time now to take care of our bodies more than ever. So I wanted to know, now that you're working as a physiotherapist remotely, which is also saving you time, I'm sure you're also taking care of your body more than before, taking power naps. I hear that you take power naps, which is amazing. Like also sleep is so important for our spine, because if you are moving constantly, your body is constantly producing cortisol, and sometimes we don't know that actually the recovery on resting time is so essential. So I wanted to know, for you now that you're working remotely, what are the most topics that you are talking to people in their being affected, being home, sedentary, sitting for long hours, and working from home, having those Zoom calls, Zoom conferences. Sometimes this is affecting us in another type of way. So tell me about how the quarantine is affecting the people that you're helping now.
A lot of my patients are coming in with low back, hip, pelvic pain, and it is related definitely to working from home because the surfaces that they might be sitting on, so the desk setup is totally different than at work. At work, they might have had an ergonomic setup where someone comes in and assesses kind of like how far the computer is, how high the chair is, all that stuff, the back support even. But at home, they're just like making a makeshift kind of like setup, and some of them are sitting on very, very hard surfaces for a long period of time, and they're also not moving. So because they're working from home, there might be for some people additional work hours, or they actually feel like they need to work more because they're at home, and their workplace is also they can access them more easily. They can like message them and be like, oh, you're at home, so like you're not going anywhere anyways, you're not traveling or going outside, so here's more work for you to do. So that's what I'm generally finding.
So for those that don't know, NAB has been working especially for the community of mothers. So she has a lot of her patients that are either prenatal, during, or they actually postpartum. So the woman that you help now, let's say the pregnant woman, how they're actually being affected by being home, and what do you do for them to help them remotely?
For sure. So if someone comes in and they're saying that they have back pain, so a lot of pregnant women are coming in with that. So I'd be asking them questions around like where their pain is and like why it's happening. So during pregnancy, what happens, the pelvic area literally and the hips, they have to grow and widen to accommodate the baby and help support. But as the joints and like literally the pelvis is widening, the muscles are widening, they're lengthening, they can actually then hold more tension on them unless someone's doing movement, right? So if someone's sitting for a long period of time, then those muscles, if you think about, usually people think about like this area here getting very, very tight, the same thing can happen, but down in the pelvic area. And as a result of that, that can lead to pain, lack of mobility, tension, difficulty sleeping, not wanting to exercise because you're in that pain. And that can create a vicious cycle where the person isn't moving because they're in pain, and then they don't move, and that can create pain too. So after assessing for their movement, usually I take a look at like how they're sitting, where they're sitting, and provide recommendations for that. So if we want to talk about kind of like the chair and like the surface that they're sitting on, pelvic muscles especially, the whole body weight, if you think about it, is by gravity is being pulled down. You want to have a soft surface. Okay, if you're sitting on a very, very hard surface, that can lead to tailbone pain. That can lead to, frequent urination, pain with intercourse, pubic area pain. So I generally recommend either having some padding, like even like a cushion or like rolled up towels or something like that. Or if someone has an exercise ball, that is the best, because then you're actually sitting on the ball and your posture, it cannot be like this. You have to sit up nice and straight. And then when they're on the ball, they're allowed to freely move their pelvis as well. So they can rotate, tilt back and forth, side to side, doing circles, figure eights, and just moving slightly, even if they're on a call, if they're working at the computer. So that's a huge thing that I usually recommend, getting an exercise ball. And I know you love exercise balls as well.
Yeah, I remember we did actually maybe like 4 months ago, we did one podcast related to what to do to mobilize the hips, sitting in a Swiss ball. I'm a Pilates teacher, so we do a lot of work on the Swiss ball as a tool. Super cheap, by the way. It's maybe $15-20 max a Swiss ball. It's not going to cost you a lot, and it's going to make a big change. So definitely sitting on the Swiss ball, it would be a good way to maintain your awareness of the posture.
Joe, what width of the ball, what size ball do you recommend in terms of centimeters?
It depends of the femur. It depends of the length of your femur, because when you sit down, some people have longer legs than others. So mine is 60. I am 5'6". So it depends. Depends of your height. You may have to ask. Probably depends of your height. I think that's what it is. If you can find somebody to ask, or even online, you can probably find
55 to 65. I'm usually recommending that.
Yeah, mine is 60. Yeah. That's a good question, because you don't want to have it too big or too small, and then you're gonna be floating on the air. So the whole idea is to be supported. So that's what you see now happening with the quarantine. The mothers are having more pain, and what about the stress levels? Really, like a lot of women, they must be so anxious having this thing and welcoming a new life in a new era. So it must be very stressful.
Yeah, they're stressed because they might also have other kids at home. So not only are they like, someone put it very well. They're saying we're not working from home. We're at home trying to work, and that's true for a lot of moms because they're literally at home and they're trying to work. They might have another baby or like a couple other kids and they're pregnant and then trying to balance, and they still have to, the kids are like now at home. There's no daycare, so they're trying to take care of the children, of their family. There might be elders in the family that are at home cooking and cleaning and doing their actual job at home. It's very, very difficult. So stress levels are high, which also plays a part in the muscles being tight and causing pain. So yeah, it is partly like the surfaces that we're sitting on, but then if the muscles are naturally tight and you're clenching, then that can play a part as well. So stress, like I'm always giving breathing exercises, stretches. I'm like, you know what, when you're in the shower, just that's your meditation time if you don't have any time, like when you're in the washroom.
Yeah. Do you recommend a particular way to take a shower, like sitting on the bathtub or like standing, cold water, hot water? What do you recommend us exactly of how to take a shower in this situation, just to take that time to relax?
Yeah, I don't even think a lot of women are like thinking about like they're just like I have 2 minutes in the shower. I just get them to really breathe, but like it is actually good if you do hot water and then at the end you end with cold water. It doesn't, like, not a lot of people do it because it's very, very mentally hard to like end the shower with cold water, but it just helps to refresh you and also helps with circulation quite a bit and the energy levels. So that is something I don't usually recommend it because like not a lot of women are going to do it. But sitting down and taking a bath is amazing. So if someone has like, even if it's like half an hour, it doesn't have to be an hour long, but then that is time for self-care. So right now we should be prioritizing self-care within the day, even if it's 20 minutes, and that's what I try to do within my treatment plan with the patient as well.
Totally, Nat. Like you just told us something very important is the temperature exposure. So it's being actually proved that it boosts your immune system. So when you actually change the temperature in your body, your immune system develops these receptive sensors that you need to reset your body. So basically what I personally do, I do a hot bath and then I do a cold shower. I do also cold bath for 12 minutes. Painful. It makes my body numb, literally, but it really brings me to the present moment because in that time, I'm only breathing so deeply for the first 3 minutes when I'm on the cold bath. I'm talking, Nav and I, we're in Toronto. In this moment, it's April. Believe me, we're still on the minus. Sometimes we got -2 on April and it was snowing last week. Hello, give me a break. So what's happening is that we are actually blessed that we can see the changes of temperature. So in this season, I take advantage that we get really nice cold water naturally. And then I fill up my bathtub and I sit in it for 12 minutes. The first 3 minutes are painful and you probably will have to call your mom for an advice. Mom, what can I do? And I literally called my mom in Venezuela and I tell her to tell me stories. Like, Mom, can you tell me a story to keep me distracted? Sometimes I'm just focusing on my breathing. So I breathe very deep in and out while my body is acclimatizing to that -2 water that is extremely cold, is really waking up the nerve system. And when I leave after 12 minutes, I can tell you, I feel like a new person. I've been doing it for 5 years as a way to recover from my training. At the beginning, I hated it, but now mentally, I know what to expect. So my body is actually learning how to get adapted to this type of environment. So the cold exposure will also promote brown fat. So brown fat is one of the ways for us also to preserve our body and to engage our longevity. So, right, this is all really good stuff for free, by the way. If you are in Toronto, you can do it for free. You don't have to invest a penny. If you do the hot bath, I would probably add some salts. I like to add salts with eucalyptus oil, really nice. Sometimes I add lavender oil just to relax my body. So there are actually ways that you can do this at home in this moment, that we cannot be going to an spa, you cannot get a massage, but you can still get your self-care at home, right, Nab?
If you literally do that, I feel like your pelvic pain will be gone, like what you just said.
One question, is this okay for a woman that is pregnant, or you shouldn't be doing this type of like exposure of cold and heat?
I don't know if I would recommend sitting in a cold bath or like a really, really hot bath for that long, honestly. Yeah, so the temperature has to be more controlled, but yeah, definitely the cold, yeah, when I would be careful.
For a pregnant woman, but it will be okay for a postpartum?
Exactly. For pregnancy, so high heat, high like or low temperatures. It should be kind of like more in the middle, so that should be okay. If it's warm, that's fine. But yeah, I don't know if I would recommend doing. But for everybody else, that's a great way.
Yeah, I think this is for postpartum will be great. Definitely, but there are so many other therapies that we couldn't talk in the next episode. I'm happy to be back with Nab. Nab supposed to be going to India to visit her grandparents. She was so excited. I supposed to go to Singapore to visit all my clients and my friends because I lived in Singapore before, and I was so excited to be working there with some of my friends. And all of a sudden, this changed our plans. So now that we're back here in Toronto, both of us, we're going to be working again together to give you all these tools and tips that we can think and bring you the best technologies also that are happening now. We are here for you, offering you online support. So remember that you can find Nav Grewal in her website, which is pelviccare.ca.
It's actually changed. I'm on Instagram at My Virtual Wellness. Yeah.
Virtual wellness?
My Virtual Wellness.
Okay.
Yeah, and there everyone can find information about like booking or book a free consult to know if like physiotherapy is right for you, all that stuff. Yeah.
My Virtual Wellness.
My Virtual Wellness. Yeah, it's like it just started.
.com or .ca?
Yeah, it's just my Instagram account.
Okay, so you can find Nav Grewal at My Virtual Wellness in Instagram, and you can privately message her, and she will let you know if she will be a good fit for you to help you through these 8 more weeks at home. It's very important to know that you have professionals and coaches that are willing to work together. And also, like she said, a lot of the plans are covered by the government, so you also will get that coverage there, which is good. I'm also offering for everybody that knows posture class. Is a 2 p.m. class in Toronto, which is 8 p.m. in Spain. There is 11 in the morning in LA. So it's a live class that I'm teaching as a way to serve my community. Also to know that we're here and you're not alone. If you're home and you feel depressed, anxious, lost, or anything, I think moving is one of the best ways to feel that you're alive, first of all, and also to feel that you're connected to other people. So in this class, it's awesome. We've been doing it for 3 weeks, and I'm very happy with all the positive outcome that's coming. A lot of people are feeling less pain. People that never trained before, they're doing this class, which is based on flexibility, mobility, core strength, and it's a way for me to show what I actually love to do, which is lengthen the spine and showing exercises that have helped me to be stronger and to fight that scoliosis that it was in my spine. Now I'm healthy and happy. And thank you so much for those that are participating in the class. And we are here to help you. So do you want to give us the last tip for pregnant women that are in quarantine, Nav, in this moment?
I would just say take 5 minutes, breathe, stretch, lengthen, and then focus on strengthening. That's my biggest tip that I can give in like a sentence. Yeah.
Completely. Nav knows the importance of breathing. So for breathing, I actually had a 10 days free meditation for, I actually did it last year as a way for me to serve the world. And I call it March with me. So basically, because it was in the month of March, and I did 10 days of different breathings. So if you can have a chance and give it a practice, you can see which one gets to your soul. Sometimes we like to practice fire breathing or like slow breathing, or like holotropic breathing. So it depends what you really like in terms of breathing. Prioritize, like Nav says, in the day. Only 5 minutes of breathing may calm your immune system, your nerve system, and give you that relaxation and connection to yourself. That's a very good tip. Thank you so much, Nav.
Thank you, Joa, for having me. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to serving all the women in Toronto more. Yeah.
Yeah, Nat is doing amazing also with a group of women, the Illumination, Divine Illumination.
Yeah, Divine Priestess Illumination. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's another program that we should be talking next time. She's talking also about the connection between emotions and back pain, and like emotions and body pain. So she also is working more into that deep level, and I'm very, very happy that you and I we working together on this. So I'm looking forward to talk to you in the next week. If you have comments and you have any topics that you would like us to bring in the next weeks, we're here for you and we love to hear from you. To find Nav Grewal, you can text her on Instagram on my virtual wellness. You can find me on Joa Fitness on all social medias, and we are actually very approachable. So when you write to us, we answer to you. Thank you so much, and remember that together we are stronger.
We invite you to subscribe to this channel and share with your community. Please leave comments below, and if you like the episode, click the like button. Have a beautiful day.